Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we have finally got to WrestleMania. A whole year of just long work, storylines, everything that you can think of has gotten us to this moment, and I'm just really pumped. In this video, we will be going over night one and night two. I will have the videos up as I'll have a night one, a night two, and then I'm gonna have one big one that's just put together. So yeah, we're just gonna go from there. Let's just start with the night one match card. I'm going to do predictions and we're going to hopefully get some of these right. So let's just start off. So we got the first match would be Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This has been a huge feud. They've been having so much back and forth. There's a lot of bad blood. And I feel like this match is going to be one of those matches that's going to cook because it's going to be just brutal. I really feel like they need to go after each other. And I do believe Naomi wins here. I think that's the only way that kind of makes this feud go a little bit longer after this. I feel like this is maybe a two, maybe even three PLE feud that you could get out of this because everybody's behind it, and like the match itself I think is going to be really solid too. But I think Naomi wins here. I think she gets her moment in WrestleMania to defeat Jade Cargill, who has her first match in WrestleMania. But I think, hey, if you're still going to lose in this really big feud, I think this is a place to do it. So I go with Naomi over here over Jade. Next up, we have Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. It's a shame that Chad Gable won't make it to WrestleMania, but I feel like El Grande Americano is going to have a pretty decent showing here. I don't think this type of storyline is going to stay around for super long. I feel like El Grande Americano has been like a decent sidetrack and side quest to get us to this point, but I don't think it lasts. I think Rey Mysterio beats El Grande Americano and demasks him to show it's Chad Gable. I think that's just kind of the natural progression of this storyline. I'm fine with it. I think it overall has been a decent story to have and some side episodes of stuff, but I think after WrestleMania, that's all we need to see. Next up, we have the United States Championship, which will be LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I think this match is going to be one of those that could really honestly go either way, but I feel like for the foreseeable future, I think Jacob Fatu wins here. I think he wins. He could set up a match against Solo for the U.S. title, even up as soon as Backlash. I think Jacob Fatu having that title would be good. I think it's good they give it to him. I think LA Knight's done pretty decent on his second reign, and him chasing is always going to probably be the better storyline than him as champion. And I'm cool with it. This is the spot to drop it. I think Jacob wins here. Next up, we have the World Tag Team titles. It is the War Raiders versus the New Day. Now, the whole New Day turning and all of this stuff means nothing if they don't win here. Now, the only way I would take New Day losing is if Biggie comes down there and stops them and makes them lose. Like he goes down there to try to turn them one more time back to the side of good and then ends up costing them, which makes them go even further heel and even maybe attack Biggie or something afterwards. Unless I get that, I don't want it. I want the New Day to win here. I think they need it. I think it's not even like a want anymore. I think the War Raiders have done great. They've had a solid reign, and I feel like I'm good. I'm good with the reign being over. I'm good with the New Day winning here. So I think that's another championship that flips. Then we have the women's WWE Championship match, which is Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. This has been a decent feud. It's one of those matches where we kind of knew it was going to happen. I kind of felt Charlotte Flair was going to win the Royal Rumble. She was my pick, unfortunately, just because I was trying to pick to get it correct, but not really the one I wanted. But Charlotte Flair got it, and I think Tiffany Stratton's title reign can only be defined by her beating Charlotte Flair here. If she loses, I think it just makes that whole title run just be absolutely a dud. I don't know what you do with Tiffany Stratton after that. I mean, obviously you would want her to go back and try to earn one and like get it the old-fashioned way of just getting a title match and defeating her, but no, this has to be Tiffany Stratton beating Charlotte Flair, and it needs to be kind of a definitive match. I feel like they really did let Tiffany go all out and defeat Charlotte here, even if it's a quick match or just a good show of force. I think we need it. I think we need Tiffany to win here. I'm going with Tiffany retaining the title as only championship match so far that I've thought it that way. So yeah, that could be good or bad. Next up, we have the World Heavyweight Championship, which is Gunther versus Jay. Honestly, when this feud started, I really thought it was going to be easy Gunther win. I didn't really see Jay winning. He was extremely over, but it felt like the crowd turned on him really fast after that. But I think with the build-up, with having Jimmy added to it and Jay having that extra edge, I think you give it to Jay here. I think really Jay should win. It's more of like maybe I want Jay to win, and I feel like it's a better choice to do it. I think because Jay obviously has put in a lot of work, and I think he'll do really good as champion. I don't feel him holding on to that title for a long time. So I feel like this is kind of what you do is you get him, you catch that lightning in the bottle, and you ride it until it runs out, and then have him drop the title. But I think Jay wins here. I feel like we get a lot of title changes on this night. Honestly, I think there's going to be a lot of title changes in general on this thing. I feel like some of them are stay, but I think other ones just kind of set up storylines for later on. But I think this is how we do it. Then we go to the main event, the triple threat match: Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Um, this one honestly could go any way. I feel like in my heart and what feels like needs to be best for the WWE is Seth Rollins winning. CM Punk is extremely over. He's had great momentum. He already beat Rollins one on one. He has a lot that he can, claim. So he had a great feud with Drew McIntyre over the last year. So there's a lot that it works. I don't think CM Punk loses momentum. Obviously, Roman Reigns only wrestles 2 to 3 times a year, so if he loses here, I don't think it really changes anything for Roman. I think Seth has the most to lose and the most to gain here. I think you put Seth Rollins, he wins here. It could even obviously put him right back into that main event scene to go after either title and make that a good program. But if he loses here, I think that really cuts his momentum. So I'm going to go with Seth. I feel like Seth's the call. I do really think they're probably going to go with Roman. I don't know why, but I feel like Seth would be the best case, I think, for everything. And yeah, those are my night one predictions. Night one is pretty stacked. I think the best match also, I think, is going to be, let's see, the best match. I think is going to be, ooh, this is actually getting difficult. Like, best wrestling match, maybe is going to be Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano. I think the worst match, I think, is going to be the War Raiders and the New Day. I think it's just not going to have anything too crazy on it. I think it'd still be a solid match. All these matches are still WrestleMania worthy. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good for night one predictions. Don't turn it off now. We're gonna have a night two if you're on the longer video. If not, go to night two. I don't really know exactly how I'm doing this, but until next time, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.